Hello, and thank you for joining me once again. My name is Rob Meyer Kukan from Seven Notes Natural Health in Ann Arbor, Michigan. And I'm so pleased to once again have my friend Laverne Santangelo with me today as my guest. Hello, Laverne.
Hi, Rob. How
Thank you
are
for being here. Last
how
time
are you?
I spoke with you, we talked about yoga and your journey of yoga and all of the amazing benefits. But today we want to talk about the benefits of yoga in the bedroom.
I know, spicy, right?
So spicy. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
let's just jump right in. So, can yoga really improve your sex life?
Believe it or not, it can in
Excellent.
ways that people don't even realize it. They don't even
Yeah.
realize it that they're improving their sex life while they do yoga.
All right, so tell us how. It's the $1 million question.
The $1 million question. Okay, so, oh wow. So let me say this. A lot of times, we're on the go all the time. And we juggle a lot of responsibilities every day. We got work, we got kids, we got parents, we've got a house to maintain, we've got a lot. We're juggling a lot of balls during the day, right? And so naturally, by the time you get home, the evening winds down, you've done whatever you need to do, check the list, you paid a couple of bills, maybe you put the kids to bed, you've got dinner, whatever it is that you needed to do. And now it's like, it's our time, but you're exhausted, right?
Mhm.
Or you're still so operating at that heightened level on 10 that you're having a hard time bringing that down. And naturally, what do? We bring stuff to the bedroom. We bring that stress to the bedroom. And when that stress is in the bedroom, your mind most likely is everywhere but focused on your partner, right? You're thinking about the grocery list. You're thinking about the bill that didn't get paid. You're thinking about the upcoming work project that you got going on. Everything except being in tune with your partner, right? And so, what yoga does, you know, in that instant, it allows you to release the stress, balance out the fight or flight with the rest and digest, allows you to breathe, focus, forces you to focus and help you to be present in the moment with your spouse. Okay. So that's that mind connection. Okay. That mind and that soul connection. So probably the next, I don't want to get ahead,
Sure.
but the next thing too, I want to talk about the body, and
Yeah.
how, in terms of the body, how
Yeah,
it's
go
how.
ahead. Tell us all
Okay.
about it.
Okay. So as we get older, our body changes. And, again, for me, with a regular yoga practice, for me, it turned into kind of the fountain of youth. I kind of use myself as that example, because I'm midlife. I'm in my 50s. A lot of times your body just changes drastically, during that time. I'm in my mid 50s. I've had 2 kids. I'm, getting ready to go into menopause. My body, it is really changing. I've gained a few pounds. Um, so naturally, there's all these shifts. And I'm going to say two of the biggest things that, women we experience, from all those things in life is that, and honestly, a little incontinence,
Sure.
uh, the pelvic floor becomes loose, your hips become tight if you've not been active, if you've not had any movement. And sex can become painful,
Yeah.
okay, at this point in your life. And why should sex be painful at this point in our life? We're sexual human beings. We need to continue to enjoy it. It's good for us. So yoga there's various postures in yoga that can help you strengthen those areas. And so so that sex becomes more enjoyable.
Nice.
And, one of those areas is the pelvic floor.
Mhm.
I know that's something we're going to discuss. And the pelvic floor is an area that you really want to strengthen to help you, to prevent incontinence or, bring yourself back to life. It tightens those muscles in the vaginal area so that, you're tight again. I mean, I don't know any other way to
Yeah.
put it. I just know that my husband noticed that over the last couple of years, we're all adults here, that my body has changed. And he's like, damn it, it's like you're 25 again. Okay. And I've been married 30 years in June. So for him to, when he said that to me, I was like, wow. That's from the yoga. I had not been doing anything else except going to yoga. I don't do Zumba. I'm not, I'm not running. I'm not walking. That had to be it. So I just started to do a little more research and discovered, hey, yeah, certain poses in yoga can help those areas and really help you to improve your sex life. And also too, those postures, they start to open up your, they open up the hips. And when your hips are open and your joints are moving well, guess what? You can get into those positions better, okay? Those sexual positions that you and the honey enjoy, all right? It makes it a little easier and it's more enjoyable instead of painful. And that's what we want. We want joy from that, We don't want it to be this, oh my God experience. What do we need? What do we need more than anything right now? Love and sex. That's what I think. So yeah.
Wow.
And and I talked about that, the bridge pose, which is laying on your back, lifting your hips, your knees, your feet are flat on the floor and getting into that position and just kind of pulsating up and down. That really helps to tighten those areas that you don't even realize you're tightening. That's the other thing with it's doing things that you don't even realize. Eagle pose, savasana, which is the greatest pose because it releases that stress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not simply just relaxation and being looser, it's also about strengthening.
Yes, it is about strengthening for sure.
Nice.
You really want that pelvic floor, um, because you don't want to have to go for surgery. I mean, you hear these things about mesh, these different vaginal mesh, things like that. I'm not a doctor, but I know it's something if I can avoid surgeries or having to go do anything, I rather do it holistically, naturally.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
It works. So it's really, you're improving things. That's the thing with yoga. You are improving things that you don't even realize. You're strengthening things and loosening things and that you don't even realize that you're doing. So yeah, I would say that is part of, that's why yoga helps with the sex life in the bedroom.
Awesome.
Yes.
You touched on this a little bit before, but tell me a little bit about then the emotional connections that are possible with yoga. Maybe just the emotional connections within a yoga session and then how that relates into the bedroom.
So, in that emotional connection, it's being present, letting your partner know, that you're there, you're focused on one another, and it's releasing, all those good endorphins, dopamine, all that kind of stuff. It's releasing those things. Those are all feel good emotions, and it's forcing you to really become present with each other, paying attention to each other. So that is just so much more enjoyable. Slow it down. Pay attention to your breath. A thought comes into your mind. Hey, wait a minute. I'm focused on
Yes.
the honey right now. Yeah. This is our time. This is those few minutes. And that's the one thing they talk a lot about, in our yoga classes and when I teach, is that just being present in the moment, enjoying the moment, enjoying that sweet sensation of what's going on, not the future, not the past, and when we're present, what happens? I mean, Rob, I'm like so old school. I just think about, I think about the old movies where, they get together, and then next thing she's in the kitchen frying those eggs and putting the coffee, the next morning, because there was some magic,
That's
they
right.
didn't have to show it and say it. You just knew,
Just knew.
like, hey, it went down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so they had all the right components in there, right? They were paying attention to each other, and they were engaged, and that whole mind, body, soul, there were good emotions going on in there, and there was some dopamine and all kind of great stuff that was being released. So yeah,
Well,
into the atmosphere.
and what I love about this conversation is that it shows just how multifaceted a yoga practice really is. So, going back to our conversation from last week, talking about it's not just getting into the posture, but it's also how you get out of the posture and the things that teaches you that you can then relate, whether it's into coaching or your intimate relationship or into your work or into your daily life. So this is really a full whole life embodied practice. I think
It is
very cool.
And it's a lifestyle change. Yes. It's I can't, I mean, I've only been practicing on a regular basis for 2 years, but it has been a game changer, and I highly recommend 3 days a week, even if it's only for a few minutes. More is more, but it's so readily at our fingertips. Right now, there's YouTube. This is the perfect time. People are teaching yoga on YouTube. A lot of the studios are offering, classes. As I said, I have 2 classes that I'm offering. It's all right now at your fingertips. And a lot of them are not even charging. So, they're asking for donations, because we all need it right now. And so I would say if you're nervous about it, there is lots to pick from. There's a plethora of things to pick from to figure out what you like and what works best for you and improve that sex life,
Nice. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I have one final question. Well, I have 2 final questions, but I have one final question that I would like to ask you to share with us some words of wisdom. And this, I generally ask when I'm doing interviews like this, for you to give us the best piece of advice that you were given. And it can be something that's funny or something serious. It can be related to our conversation or something completely off the wall.
I would say, and this is, coming on the heels of Mother's Day. This is also coming, with us going into Memorial Day and me being someone that serves, I served in the military 23 years, retired. And I think about some advice my mother gave me when I was at basic training. And I was thinking about quitting. And oh God, Rob, now you're gonna make me get emotional. And then here I am talking about her, talking about sex, and she did not have a lot of words to say about that.
Perfect.
But anyway, I just remember calling home, crying on the phone, sobbing about quitting, to my mother, and her saying, well, I don't know what to say, go and finish whatever you're doing and, whatever, I'll talk to you later. And I was like, that's all she had to say, but within a week, I got a letter from her. And like I said, she wasn't a very strong writer. She wasn't, but she was my mom. She was a wonderful person. And she just said a few words of, I did not have all these opportunities You can't quit.
Oh,
Don't quit. You're changing, you're making a difference for the women that will come behind you. And that was it. I will never, that's something I will never forget, from her, and it just happened right around during this time. I just think I was at basic training. And I would say, don't quit whatever you want to do. There are people that are coming behind you, that are looking to you, and you're opening doors and changing the way things can be done. So
wonderful. Thank you for sharing that with us. Don't quit. I love it.
Yeah.
The last final question is, if people are interested in reaching you and want to learn more about the amazing services that you offer, the classes that you offer, what's the best way for people to reach you?
Instagram, Laverne Santangelo, your everyday life coach. You can send me a message there, or through Facebook. You can send me a private message through Facebook, and it's just Laverne Santangelo. My website is under construction right now, but it will be www.lavernesantangelo.com. Just my full name. So
excellent. And I'll make sure that those links are in the comments below or in the notes below so that you've got that available to you. How about you? Have you used yoga to enhance other areas of your life? If you have, mention that in the comments below and let us know how you're using yoga in your life. And thank you again, Laverne, for joining me today. And we'll look forward to hearing from the folks in the comments below and to seeing all the amazing things that you're going to do with this wonderful new path of yoga and coaching and counseling. So
thank you, Rob.
Thanks again for joining me. Namaste. Take care. Bye.
Bye-bye.